Okay, so this lesson is about fact and opinion. Okay, fact and opinion. And to start, I wrote this article, which is an editorial. Okay? Who still knows the definition of editorial? Anybody? Editorial as a noun. This is an editorial. What's the definition?
A piece of writing in newspaper.
Okay, Rashid, did you raise your hand?
Yes, I
Raise your hand. Rashid is, okay, Rashid. What's the definition of editorial?
A piece of writing in a newspaper that gives the editor's opinion about the something radio that reporting facts.
Okay, so the important word there is opinion. Opinion, right? It gives an opinion, right? Is that word in the definition?
Expressing an opinion.
Yeah.
Opinion.
Okay, opinion. So an editorial gives an opinion, and this editorial is by the editorial board of the New York Times. A board are the people who are in charge, and this is by the editorial board. So this is an editorial by the editorial board. Where it says the editorial board, what part of speech is that? The editorial board. Fill it in. Okay, John Paul says adjective. Everybody agree? Okay. So who has the definition of editorial as an adjective? Who's going to read that? Let's try Salsa. Do you have the definition? Louder. We want to hear you.
Relating to the preparation on newspapers, books, television, programs, etc. or printing or broadcasting.
Okay, so this is a newspaper by the board that relates to the preparation of the newspaper, the editors of the newspaper. What's the other definition for editorial as an adjective? Who has that? Rosemary.
Expressing the opinion of a particular newspaper editor rather than just giving facts.
Okay, so it expresses the opinion of the newspaper. So this adjective is in definition 1 or definition 2?
Definition
Everybody say definition 2?
Yeah.
Anybody say definition 1? It's both. It's both. It's written by the editors of the newspaper, and it expresses their opinion. Okay? So it's related. They're related. And because you've been reading, you're starting to read about scary medical stories, this editorial is about a very scary medical thing that's happening today, which is the Zika virus.
Yes.
Yes.
Does everybody know? Who can tell me what the Zika virus is in case Rashid answered last time. Anybody else? Oksana,
It's
what's...
mosquito bite whenever it travel.
Uh-huh. So it's like...
It's like disease, whatever transferred by mosquito bites.
Right, a disease transferred by mosquito bites, and that's what this is about. So, I'm going to give out the article, and you're going to skim it. And if you have time, there are questions on the back, okay, which are grammar questions, vocabulary and grammar questions. So, you don't have to understand it all now. We're going to be spending the whole lesson on this article, so we'll go back to it. But try to get, some idea of what it's about. Okay, I'm just going to repeat. So you're looking at the questions now, and talk to the people next to you, talk to your partner or your group. They may be able to help you with the questions, and then we're gonna go over them. So, don't worry, okay? A couple more minutes and then we'll go. Read through them all. Maybe you'll know ones at the end and not ones at the beginning. So get to the end of the page, answer what you know, and we'll go back. Under sometimes means less than. Under can mean under. It means less than. Less than. Less than. But you have to skip, you know, because I'm not. Okay, so that's. You don't have to be really specific with these definitions, just think about it, we're going to talk about it, okay? And you're all, many of you are stuck on the first word, and I want you to move on and look at the end of the page, because in a minute, we're gonna start going over, okay? So do what you can. Are you, do you have a partner or a group, or are you all by yourself? Is anybody particularly shuffling?
Come with us, Sean.
Okay, look at the hint. Look at the hint. I gave you hints for the words. ready to go over the vocabulary?
That.
Okay, we're gonna leave the grammar for another time, but let's do the vocabulary. So, underdeveloped, and I need you to raise your hand. Who knows what the two parts are of underdeveloped? Okay. Barry.
Under
Uh-huh.
and develop.
Under and developed, very
Yeah.
good. So who can guess what it means? You talked before I was, Zainab, what do you think?
Go to develop.
Go
Go
to,
to
go to
develop.
develop?
Yeah.
So what would be an example? Okay, let's hear another idea.
Yeah,
Rashid,
yeah, so,
this group has an idea.
yeah, sure. So we guess that under, it means like, on this sentence means like slow,
Uh-huh,
and develop, it means grow.
uh-huh.
So it means slow, growing.
What is slow growing up? What do you think? If we look in the context, it's on line 5.
Yeah.
Actually, start in line 4. But it's
Start on
already
line 4,
very
okay.
slowly.
Giovanni, you want to read us the sentence?
Okay. Let me start sentence 4.
Start with it on
It.
line 4.
It had been out by a surgeon in babies born with underdeveloped heads.
Okay.
Condition of microcephaly.
Yeah, so that's close. Barry?
That means it's not completely developed.
Yes, very good,
Yeah.
very good.
Okay.
Good, not completely developed.
Yeah.
Under means less than sometimes, like underwater is underwater. Trying to think of an example. Underdeveloped, underperformed is not perform at your level. An underachiever is someone who has potential. Remember potential? Has potential and doesn't reach that potential is an underachiever. So it's less than. So underdeveloped, not fully developed. And did you get that from the word or did you get it from the context?
From the content.
Okay, so the context is very important for understanding these words. So, what about the next one? Microcephaly. I think it's pronounced microcephaly. Who found the definition? Pasdona, you found the definition?
It's small. Indica is small.
Uh-huh.
Small.
Micro means small.
Cephalia is
The brain.
Brain.
The brain. So you got that because you know some Latin, Greek? How do you know the word cephaly means brain?
because in the country I was studying, I know what verb is.
Okay, so you studied this and the words are the same. I think it's Latin, I'm not sure. But what does the hint say? Who can read the hint? Chapos, what does the hint say for microcephaly? What does it say? What's the hint?
Hey, the definition is on. Definition is on the text.
Okay, so the definition is in the text. Did anyone find the definition in the text of microcephaly? Did you find it? And I'm gonna tell you, Giovanni just read it to all of us.
Line 4.
Mary, I can't hear you, go ahead. It has been, finish the sentence. Right, so what does microcephaly mean?
Condition.
Condition of
A
the
condition, go ahead, Oksana.
a condition of the disease of the vertebrae.
It's a birth defect,
Yeah.
and what does it involve?
Involve of undeveloped baby's head.
Underdeveloped heads. Okay, it tells you right here. do most English speakers know what microcephaly is?
No, maybe not.
No. Do you have to remember this word?
Maybe not.
No.
Maybe not.
And probably, maybe now,
No,
But-
maybe not.
maybe no?
No.
Probably not, but now a little bit because we've been hearing about Zika. Before we heard about Zika, I never heard of microcephaly, and that's why the editorial gives you the definition in the text. You've been talking about this with Heidi, right? Okay, so you have to look in the text. And the third word, what's the third word?
Declaration.
Somebody say
Declaration.
it. Okay, Giovanni, go ahead.
Declaration.
Declaration. So, what word do you think that's related to?
To declare.
To declare, very good. And what part of speech is declaration?
I think it's adjective.
An adjective?
Yeah, because
Kasim says a
no,
noun.
because declare is noun.
Now.
Uh-huh. So Kasim, why do you think declaration is a noun? Can anyone else defend why declaration is a noun? It is a noun. Okay, Ibrahim, why is it a noun? Ends in T-I-O-N. Words that end in T-I-O-N or A-T-I-O-N are almost always nouns. Not always, like most. Usually nouns. So declaration is a noun, and so Giovanni, what do you think it means?
Declaration.
Uh-huh.
Well, you have the ability to say something you prove that it's right. Yeah.
Okay, so look at the sentences on line 6. What did this declaration declare? Oksana?
International action. International relationship with.
It says it will cause international action, but what happened here is the World Health Organization declared something.
Yeah.
What did they declare? Barry, what did they declare?
The disease of the Zika.
Uh-huh, and what about it? They declared that Zika was,
how could it reduce travel to affect countries which was closed economy?
but it was an emergency declaration. An emergency declaration.
Yeah.
So, what do you think, Shasota? You're saying yes?
I think it will be emergency declaration because Zika virus is
It's an emergency.
Yeah.
It's an emergency. They declared that
Declared
Zika.
They declared that, however,
and
Some shots.
they declared an emergency situation.
Yeah, they declared that it's an emergency situation. The Zika virus is an international emergency. That was the declaration. Okay. I think we're going to skip the grammar. Okay, you can do that on your own. These are all things you've done before, so should be able to do that. And let's go back to fact and opinion. So, well, first of all, does anybody have a question about the reading? And we're going to talk more about it, but does anybody have a question right now? Giovanni? You always have a question. No? Okay. Okay, we're good.
How the word corresponds to Zika?
How did the world respond to Zika?
I mean, like to control it's stable.
It's still going on, right? Still going on. And so we're going to talk about that. So we're talking about fact and opinion. What's a fact? Can somebody give me an example of a
Is it
fact?
true?
Fact? Okay, Kasim says a fact is true.
fact is information.
It's true information.
Information, yeah.
Information. What else? Anybody have anything else? Can somebody give me an example? You can give me an example from the text. Or you could give me an example from scary medical stories.
I think
Or-
the definition is
So-
a fact.
Because in fact, I think it's baby born with the underdeveloped, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. The baby born.
Babies born with
Underdeveloped.
Zika have underdeveloped heads. Okay, that's a fact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Another fact?
What?
Another fact?
You have another fact?
Yeah.
What?
That we takes more than 25,000 breaths a day.
Okay, we take more than 25,000 breaths a day.
I think the economic, now we just picked up.
What was the number? 25,000?
25,000. More than.
25,000 breaths. How do we know? How do you know we take more than 25,000 breaths a day? You counted.
We counted.
Somebody counted. Somebody counted, right? And when somebody counted, they, right. So is this something that's been proven?
Yep. Definitely.
Proven. And that's an important thing about a fact. A fact, well, I'll write it here, can be proven. Okay? What about an opinion? What's an opinion?
Opinion is something to thought about.
I'm sorry, was that Kasia?
Something to thought about, like, it's not true, but.
Not a proof.
Yeah, good
Yeah,
guess.
but you don't have a proof for that.
It's more a proof.
Okay, Rashid, next, and then Ibrahim. Well, actually, Ibrahim first, because you raised your hand.
It's like, what do you think about something?
Uh-huh, what
What
do
do
you think?
what's your thinking about something?
What? Think. And Rashid, you had something to say, right? No? Anybody else? Anybody else want to say something about an opinion?
Opinion, I
Raise your hand, 'cause- okay.
that you can say opinion that is fact, which one was
It's not a fact, opinion.
which not approved.
Not sure yet.
Not proven, so it's something not proven. Can it be proven? Maybe. That's too much. Not proven. And Rosemary, what were you gonna say?
Idea about something.
An idea. Kai?
Kai.
Kai, not Kai, Justin. So, a prediction. Very good. A prediction. Can a prediction be proven? Maybe. So that's an interesting one. Okay, Ibrahim,
Can't change.
something that can change. What do you think?
Can't be the same all the time. You can change your opinion.
That's true, that's true. You can change your opinion. I'll put that here. You can change. And an example? Who has an example? From the text? From
I think it's,
the medical storybook? Giovanni has an example.
I think it's the example is in line 17 and 18. Where they say that the CDC has ensured at least one country pregnant woman should avoid visiting and has advised travelers on how to protect against mosquito bites.
That's
That
interesting.
one is not opinion.
What do you think? How can you think it's not an opinion? Why isn't it an opinion?
Is it fact?
Okay.
Because they wanna protect women personally.
So the
Yeah.
CDC, did they issue this thing? Did they actually do it?
I don't know.
It says the CDC has issued a list of countries. But what about this part of the sentence? Pregnant women should avoid visiting
It's like
these
advice.
countries.
Advice,
Pregnant
step
women.
advice.
Okay, so the big sentence is a fact,
But
right?
should,
But,
like,
right,
yeah.
pregnant women should
Like,
avoid.
that you don't have to do, but if you do,
So
then you have to
should.
take, you know.
So that's a very interesting point. Pregnant women should avoid certain countries. Okay, I am going to give you two sentences, and you're gonna raise your hand and tell me whether you think they are fact or opinion. Okay. Zika is usually mild in adults. Who says fact? Okay, who says opinion? Zika is usually mild in adults. Zika is usually mild in adults.
Opinion.
Ibrahim, why do you think fact?
I think
Because
it's
you
both
told us
sides.
like something about Zika, it's like, how did they affect?
Well, can that be proven? That Zika is usually mild in adults? Can you prove that?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a usual thing,
They will
it's happened.
You can prove it.
Yeah. It's a fact.
So, it's a fact. It's a fact. Okay? Here's another example. The emergency declaration will cause international action.
Opinion.
Opinion.
Opinion? Barry, why do you think it's an opinion?
It's not approved.
But they say
It's not approved, yeah, it's will.
What is it? What is it?
Amazing.
So Justin, what do you think about that sentence? The emergency declaration will cause international action. What kind of sentence is that?
It's opinion.
It's like what you said before. What did you say before about an opinion?
Prediction.
Prediction. Is that a prediction?
Yes.
It's a prediction. So when we say it now, if it didn't happen yet, it's an opinion. Maybe it will happen, maybe it won't.
Maybe not.
But in the future, it might be proven, and then we would say the emergency declaration caused international action, or is causing international action, and then it's a fact. Okay, so the tense kind of enters
But
into
they
it.
cause some countries.
Hmm?
They cause some countries.
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
You say that they cause like international, right?
Well, does this say that it already caused it? It's real.
But some countries they cause them.
Some countries call what?
They cause them for the disease.
They, it's this, oh, I'm sorry, some countries cause, this is on, what line is it on? Emergency declaration will cause. This is line 6 in the text. The emergency declaration will cause international action. When this article was written, did international action already happen?
No, they will.
No.
No.
So it's not a fact, it's a prediction.
But maybe later.
Right.
It's a fact.
That's right, maybe later it'll be a fact.
Because all the world they worry about this disease.
Yeah, and that's why this sentence, as Justin said, is a prediction.
Yeah.
So it's an opinion because we don't, it's not proven. It's not proven yet when this article was written. Giovanni, it hasn't been proven yet when this article was written. That the declaration would cause international action.
Now it's like a contradiction,
Yeah.
because it's talking about
Brazil.
Brazil maybe talking about the future countries or other countries that they don't have the problem. But no, for example, the Caribbean, South America, and South America, they already have the problems of cities. So it's something that is proven.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's not always that clear. Fact and opinion, we think we know, but there's some blurriness, there's some graying of the line. I think when this article talks about international action, they mean the United Nations, the World Health Organization, they mean international organizations doing something. They don't really mean the countries that are affected. This was written back in February.
Yeah, I think now they broke it down.
Yeah,
They
now
broke it.
there really is
Yeah,
international action,
yeah.
so
This is what I'm talking about. Like,
that
is it broke
prediction,
it down?
in
Yeah.
February, it was a prediction.
Yeah.
In November, it's a fact,
Yeah.
okay? So
We're talking about now.
it changed, it changed. Okay, so, why is this important to know about fact and opinion? Does anybody want to say something? Should I ask some
I think
questions?
to see the truth and the opinion.
Okay.
What
What's
they
true
think.
So to distinguish between
Yeah.
something somebody thinks and something that's true.
Yeah.
In college, is it important
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
college?
Yeah.
Why, so why is it important in college?
Because we have fact, then we should understand what's opinion, someone opinion.
Yeah, so you need to know which is which. Barry, you have an idea too?
I think it's important because fact you don't have to discuss. You have to give the example and something else. About opinion, you can give your opinion too. That's
So can you write a book or an article that's just fact and no opinion?
No,
Just
it's
all
impossible.
facts.
It's impossible.
All facts? Yeah, why do you think it's impossible, Cosmo?
Because you have to add some your opinion about this.
Based on
Fiction or non-fiction, like that, to
Like
make an intrusive.
action and
Yeah.
Let's think about books you read. What about Blizzard?
They have opinion and they have fact. But they have opinions.
But they have opinion.
But they have both of them.
So how
Let's raise hands. I'm not gonna introduce you, but I'm gonna call, okay.
I mean, like, how can, like, somebody wrote, like, books without fact?
Yeah.
Definitely is fact.
Yeah,
But also he have to, like, add some his opinion to making the story, like, interest to have of reading.
Okay, Giovanni, you wanted to say something, now you can speak.
No, Blizzard has both opinion and fact. Because I don't know who wrote the book. I forgot who wrote the book. Maybe he wasn't in that age. But if you read by opinion, or like facts, but with opinions also. So that's why you get a book. At least when you write an essay or something, you have a book.
Well, often you have to have both. What happens if you write an essay that's just an opinion with no facts?
You don't have.
Raise your hand, I want to hear, but I want to hear from somebody else. Oksana and Giovanni, they already have their ideas. Who else has something to say? Okay, Barry, if you write something that's just opinion and all fact, what happens?
It's like nothing. Because you have to support your idea with the fact.
No, it's not.
Well, it's like how Heidi said, you have to support your opinions
Giovanni,
with
yes.
real facts, no?
Okay, Kasim.
I mean, when you wrote, like, opinion, it doesn't make sense, like, but if you wrote, like, a fact, and support your fact with your opinion, real file, like, to read it. And examples
You
to
have to
support.
choose, you have to choose.
So I want you to look for a minute, I didn't plan this, but look for a minute at the very first page of Scary Medical Stories. Look at the very first page, the very first sentence. Who can read the very first sentence? Somebody from this side of the room.
The human body is
Okay. Shaksa, read the very first sentence.
the human body is almost too amazing to be believed.
Wait. Is it the first, maybe first page?
First sentence, yeah.
first
But you're
sentence.
talking about the human body.
The first,
Okay.
okay. Okay, Salsa, you want to read it too? Salsa, go ahead.
Consider those parts. Our head spins around thousands of times a day.
Okay, so you can stop there. So is the first sentence a fact or an opinion?
Opinion.
The first sentence, the human body is too amazing to believe.
Opinion.
Well, I think this is a
fact.
Who says it's an opinion?
I support
Say it's an
opinions.
opinion.
I said so.
Okay, chapos, we have our chapos. What makes it an opinion?
Why? Because it say, oh, it's
It's
around,
almost.
not fact. It's around, like, okay.
Oh, that's the second sentence.
When you say almost, it means it's not. Yeah?
It's a fact, like they
It's a
count,
fact.
but they didn't prove it. Like,
Does everyone agree that it's too amazing to believe?
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Is that something you can prove?
I think it's opinion.
Can you
why
prove
is
it?
I
the
think it's a
opinion?
fact.
We can
Why?
prove it.
Why is
because-
it opinion?
Yeah, why?
Why?
Because here is almost too amazing to be believed. It's not a fact.
Yeah, Zaina, you wanted to say something?
Because to be believed.
Who's doing the believing? The author, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of, this is the way he thinks of the world. I believe it. I think, the human body, okay, it's amazing, but I believe it. That's my opinion.
Yep.
Can you argue with me?
No.
So that's kind of an opinion. And the next paragraph, the whole next paragraph, facts or opinions?
Fact.
Facts. And what do those facts do in this story?
Yeah, proves his opinion.
They prove the author's opinion. The author brings these facts to prove his opinion.
This is what I'm saying.
So,
When you wrote the books, you have to give your opinion, not the fact, and opinion to support it. Yeah.
so you're going to see this a lot in college reading, and you're going to have to do it in college writing. You're going to have to state an opinion, sometimes we call it a big idea, and you're going to have to support it with proof, with evidence, with facts. Okay, so that's why we're doing this. And now I have an activity. Yay! Here's the activity. Okay. I have sentence strips. You like sentence strips, right? You like sentence strips? So everybody's going to get one sentence,
Who's ends?
and
And ask
you have to look at the sentence and decide whether it's a fact or an opinion. What?
I mean, like, I want to ask you a question. If you wrote essay, what do you think to support your idea to begin the essay, the fact or opinion? Are books, and you want it?
Does anybody have an opinion about that question, that question? Is it better to start an essay with a fact or an opinion? Oksana says an opinion. Zaina, what do you think? What do you think, Zaina?
If you have opinion and with support, can change to fact. Yes,
If you have an opinion with
with support.
two parts?
Support.
Support. Right, if you have an opinion with support,
Yes, two facts.
so you want both,
Yes,
an opinion,
yes.
okay, and at the very beginning, what would you put first? Okay, Gary, what do you think?
I think it depends the article. Because article is in opinion, you have to support that by fact.
So I'm with Barry. I think you have a choice. And it's something to think about. As long as you know that if you just have an opinion and you have no facts, no one will believe you.
Yeah.
No one nobody will believe you. And if you just have facts and no opinion, nobody will be interested.
It's not be interesting. If it's a fact, it's not be interesting, but they believe it.
They might believe it, but they might not read it.
No, but I mean, like.
That's what I think, that's my opinion. And you'll have your own opinion about this, but when you write, particularly for college, understanding which is fact and which is opinion, and thinking about that when you write is very important. That's just very important. Okay, so I'm going to give out these sentences, and you're going to look at your sentence, and you're going to decide whether you think it's a fact or an opinion. If you think it's a fact, you're going to stand over here on this side of the room. And if you think it's an opinion, you're going to stand over here on this side of the room. And you're going to talk to the other people who are standing with you and see if you agree with them about the sentences that they have. So you may have opinions about whether what they have is a fact or an opinion. So now here's the other part of this. There are 2 copies of every sentence. I don't have 14 sentences here, I only have 7. But each one is twice, okay? So the sentence you have, somebody else has the same sentence. So you're going to want to look and see if they're on the same side of the room as you, okay? Because if they're not, you have to find them and decide together where you belong. Okay, okay? It's not that clear cut. And then we're going to talk about it, so it's okay. When you find the person and you agree which side to go to, just raise your hand so we know you're finished.
What about you don't listen?
Hmm?
What about if you don't listen?
What about,
If you don't listen,
if the other person doesn't listen, well, you're going to have to express your opinions, and you're going to have to try to prove them.
But if you don't listen, like, if it doesn't work with him, what are you going to do?
Well, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, as we say. And you're going to have to discuss. Okay, so we'll pick a sentence.
This one?
Any sentence, one.
Handy.
The sentences, by the way, are all from the text. They're changed a little bit, but they're all about Zika and health organization and Brazil and all of them. Okay, we're only 12, so. Okay, so 2 people are maybe won't find. Let me see if I can. Who has number 3? Who has number 3?
That's number 5.
Who has
I'm
number
gonna
6?
trade
5.
number 3 for number 4.
6.
And now everybody has a pair.
Who is 6?
I have 6.
Okay. Miss,
First, you have to decide whether you're fact or an opinion. Then you'll be able